Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa. Welcome back to my channel and thank you guys all for tuning in again. Guys, today I have 4 groups prepared for you, so I want you to pick one of the 4 groups intuitively. Just let your subconscious, your intuition guide you to make the right decision. And once again, I just wanted to let you know that if you feel drawn to 2 groups and not one, then your personal reading may be a mixture between those 2 groups. So feel free to tune into 2 readings. But ideally, I would like you to be drawn to one specific reading. That was 2. So yeah, you guys, that is already it for the intro. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, do not forget to subscribe to see more readings. And also, if you found this video helpful and insightful, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up and let me know. So yeah, you guys, let's get straight into the readings. Hi guys, and welcome to today's reading. So we have 4 groups. This is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. So I would just like to say that if you need a minute just to meditate on the cards, feel free to pause this video and pick the right reading for you. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know as a little disclaimer that these spirit animals that you picked in this reading aren't your forever spirit animals. The now that you live in always changes, and so do your spirit animals. So the universe knows exactly what you need in this moment, and these are the spirit animals that the universe has chosen for you for this very moment. So yeah, that is all I wanted to say. I'm gonna get straight into it with group number 1. Okay, group number 1, let's see what your spirit animals have to say for you. So we have, first up, we have horse spirit. Freedom is yours. So I see that your spirit animals are trying to tell you to sort of break free of boundaries, sort of break free of your comfort zones and just sort of like conventional boundaries that you feel have been set for you. So you may be studying right now and you're being told to go this conventional route of finishing your studies and then getting a job, working your way up the ladder, and that may not be you. I see that you're a very freedom-loving person. You like to make your own decisions for yourself. So your spirit animals are here to back you up. They're here to tell you that freedom is yours, but freedom is yours if you take it. Freedom is only yours if you claim your freedom. So I'm not telling any of you guys to quit your job or quit your studies right now. Don't take this the wrong way. But I am saying that if your ultimate goal is to be your own boss or, just work in a field where you do things your way, then start slowly working towards those goals. Start making one little step start taking one little step each day towards that goal to, freedom being yours. Then we have coyote spirit. So along the way to freedom, I see that it's important for you to trust in divine detours. That is what coyote spirit is here to tell you. It's here to tell you that you may have thought that your route is from A to B, straight from A to B without any sort of stopovers. However, the universe always has a lot of surprises in its pockets. So there may be some detours and they may end up being for the better. So you know how sometimes in life you're really set on one outcome or one path, and that path doesn't work out, and then you go on a different path or you have a different result come up and you're like, oh my god, this result or this path is so much better than the one that I was so dead set on that never happened. And that was a time where the universe had your back and where the universe did, something that it was for the good of it all or not at all. So you didn't get that path that you were dead set on, you got something way better. So remember that that often happens in life, and often we can be so focused on one path or one way to do things that we don't even see that there are amazing detours where we might even learn a lot more or gain a lot more by just taking those detours. So be very open to detours and make sure you incorporate that in your sort of path to freedom, emotionally, physically, financially. Make sure that you allow detours in your life. Then we have koala spirit. So spirit has a plan. As I already mentioned earlier, there are like detours that happen in life where things turn out for the better that are unexplainable, and that is what koala spirit is trying to reinforce. It's trying to tell you that Spirit has a plan. Like, there is a purpose for you in this life, and there is a plan for you to live your life to the fullest. and your life individually. Don't forget that you have your own plan. The spirits have an individual plan for you. You might be looking at someone and thinking, oh my God, I really want what they have, or I wish my life was like that. But your life is maybe not meant to be like that. Maybe your life is meant to be so much greater and like 10 times better than what you think is already amazing. So trust that spirit has a plan for you, as long as you take those divine detours and you're open to exploring your freedom and going outside of your comfort zone. Because as long as you do that, I see that, you know, there's a great plan out there for you. And someone else's path is never your path. You know, you have your own unique path. You have your own 1 in a million path. There is no other person out there who speaks like you, walks like you, talks like you, has experienced the things that you have experienced. You have your own divine life. You have your own unique individual path. And I want you to remember that, you know, there is no same person out there. Then we have Turkey spirit. So give with gratitude and grace. So I see that it's important for you right now to focus on giving, and to do that with gratitude and grace. You know, focus on the people around you. Be very giving. Like, everyone who gives you, you know, a lot of love, a lot of support, give back. So if you're watching this video right now, why don't you pause this video, go into your messages, go into your WhatsApp or whatever it is that you use, write your mom, your sister, your best friend, just write them a little message and say like, hey, I appreciate you. Hey, you know, I really love you. Give people that sort of feeling of being loved, because you need to keep in mind that humans, we just want to be loved, we just want to be appreciated. And while it's great to have that feeling yourself, it's also very important to make other people feel special and to show other people how grateful you are for them. So make sure that you practice a lot of gratitude and grace, because that is what your animal spirits are trying to tell you to do right now. So make sure that you do things with gratitude and grace, that you give. And I see that that is part of the plan. You know, spirit wants to see that you can give, that you're graceful. And I feel like that will really boost you on your path to happiness, on your path to success, and overall in life. Okay, group number 2. Let's see what your spirit animals have in stock for you. So your first spirit animal is the brown bear spirit. So I see that it's time for you to take a time out, to take a break. You may be really worn out, either emotionally, financially, maybe you've been overspending, okay? And Christmas is coming up. So take a time out from that. Really reevaluate what is it that you need and what is it that you don't need. Make sure that you don't like buy any unnecessary stuff, any stuff that you know deep down you don't truly need. Make sure that you don't give out any energy unnecessarily. Make sure that you don't spend any energy or time unnecessarily on, you know, just little like unimportant issues that you don't need to spend energy and time on, because I can see that, you know, having a time out is really important right now, and your spirit animals want you to take that time out to recuperate, to regain strength, to gain clarity so that you can move forward in the most positive, productive way. So make sure that you do not ignore brown bear spirit. You know, if you've been studying like crazy, take this night off. If you're watching this video, just take that nap in order to have like this new sort of fresh strength. And like that, you will have way more strength than just lugging yourself, you know, barely there, lugging yourself on your path towards your goal, because you won't really get things done properly like that. So make sure that you take that time out. Then we have fox spirit. So think on your feet. So I see that your spirit guides are really trying to tell you to take this break, because you may not have been, you know, very quick recently. You may have not been as smart as you usually are. You may have been making more mistakes than usual. And I see that it's important for you to also follow your intuition. You know, thinking on your feet is going with your instincts. So don't confuse your instincts for just a like silly first thought. It's important for you to remember your intuition and your instincts. That is how animals have survived for millions of years. That is how the first humans have survived. That is how we're even here right now, you know, instincts and intuition. So follow your instincts, follow your intuition, and don't second guess them. If you feel a certain way, then that's how you feel, and that's how you're gonna act. So don't second guess your emotions, and when you make a decision, you know, make it quick. I feel like you've been mulling over things for way too long. You've been second guessing actions to take. You've been second guessing how you're supposed to speak to this person, the next step you're supposed to take in your career. And I think, you know, just think on your feet and keep it moving. Then we have Panther Spirit. So far we have a lot of earth signs here. So, you know, you may be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, because right now I have a very like practical, dependable, grounded sort of vibe that I get from you. So that may very well, you may very well be an earth sign, but this reading is not done. So Panther Spirit is trying to tell you to reclaim your power, to repossess your true and, you know, deep self. I see that you may have been maybe wearing yourself thin a little bit. You may have been spreading energy all over the place. You may have been focusing on a lot of different ventures at once. You may have been focusing on different people, as in like, you know, dating around a little bit, or if you are in a committed relationship, you may have not been focusing on your relationship as much as you should be. And Panther Spirit, your spirit guide, is here to tell you that right now you need to reclaim your power and, you know, focus. You need to reclaim your energy and stop spreading it thin, and stop giving every single person who wants a little bit of your power, who wants a little bit of your energy, stop giving everyone a little chunk, because that way everything is just sort of going to fizzle out. So it's important for you to reclaim your power and then redistribute that energy and that power in a way that it benefits you and the people around you. Because just giving everyone a little bit of yourself, just giving each venture that you have just a little bit of attention, in the end, it's not really going to create greatness. So what you want to do is create greatness. And in order to do that, Panther Spirit is telling you, reclaim your power so you can redistribute in the best, most positive way. Then we have Nightingale Spirit. So love is all around you. That is something that you need to remember. I feel like you have not been walking on this earth, you know, feeling the love. I feel like you may feel somehow maybe rejected, maybe just not appreciated or not as loved as you'd want to feel. And it's time to open your eyes. I feel like you may be feeling that way just because there's something going on with you, like on an emotional level. But I feel like it's not necessarily true. I feel like you can look around. I mean, even just watching this video, you know, leave a little comment saying how you truly feel. And I'm sure like either myself or someone else is going to get back to you and be like, no, actually you are loved. No, actually you're not alone. Like, actually you do have support. So I feel like if you're sort of missing that love, or you're missing that sort of support, that sort of connection with yourself or with someone else, just look around and try and notice all of the little relationships that are in your life, all of the little sprinkles in love that are around. Don't focus on what is missing, focus on what is there. And that way you can attract more love into your life by focusing on the love that is already there and cherishing that love, because that way you will set out signals into the universe saying how you appreciate the love that is already here. And that way the universe will say, okay, Joe already appreciates all the love that he has. I'm going to send a lot more abundance and love into his life. So don't forget that what you put out there is what you're going to get back. So put out love and receive more love. Okay, group number 3. We have Skunk Spirit, know your worth. So I feel like the spirits are here to tell you to know your worth, because recently you may have been undervaluing yourself. You may have been selling yourself short. So if you're an entrepreneur, or you own your own business, or you have a side hustle, you may have been setting your prices way too low. You may have been selling yourself short. If you're a student, you know, you may have been spreading yourself very thin, you know, trying to help everybody out around you, but then your studies are suffering. You know, if you work for somebody and you feel like you're underpaid, you're probably underpaid. So I feel like it's important for you to really know your worth and know that no, you don't need to put up with, with being underpaid. You don't need to put up with, you know, charging next to nothing and just not living the life and the lifestyle that you want to lead. I feel like it's important for you to know that you are worthy. Like everyone who you look up to, everyone who is where you want to be or has been where you want to be, they at one point had to make that conscious decision of saying, I am worthy of this. I am worthy of my life being freaking amazing. I'm worthy of having an amazing love life, of having amazing finances, of just, you know, radiating positivity. And you need to make that conscious decision today. Your animal spirits are here telling you this because they can see that you knowing your worth is not on an optimum. It's not as high as it should be or could be. So I see that you're like very grounded, and that's great, but don't be too grounded. You know, we're all meant to fly a little bit every now and then. So make sure that you know your worth and that you don't undervalue yourself. Then we have peacock spirits. So your animal spirits are really here to tell you that you need to let it shine, okay? Peacock spirit is here to tell you that. Be the life of the party, be the center of attention. I know that you may feel sort of uncomfortable being the center of attention, and I'm not telling you that you always need to be the center of attention or that your spirit animals are trying to tell you to, you know, act in a way that is inauthentic in order to be the center of attention. But know that you should have a little bit of attention when you let yourself shine, when you know your worth, when you let your true self peek through and you know you're at your peak performance, when you're doing what life wants you to do, what you're here on this earth to do, you are going to shine and you are going to attract a little bit of attention. So of course I know like too much attention is never good, but be okay with a little bit of attention. Be okay with letting things shine and letting people see that, you know, you are confident, you know your worth, you know what you're capable of. Because it's important for your self-confidence. Because if you feel like you can't really show the world or you can't really be authentically who you want to be, that is constantly going to be weighing on you, and that is going to affect your performance, it's going to affect your relationships, and it's going to affect your overall happiness in life. So make sure that you let it shine, make sure that you let yourself sparkle, and give yourself credit where credit is due, okay? Don't undervalue yourself, don't be too humble. Then we have moth spirit, surrender now. So I feel like there may be something that is sort of that you're done and over with, okay? I feel like there is something that just needs you to surrender now. I feel like it may be a relationship, it may be your work, it may be your studies, where you've just been overworking yourself, or you've been sort of like in this unhealthy relationship with someone, and you just need to surrender, okay? You just need to be like, fine, I tried, I'm gonna let go now. I tried working this job, I feel terrible doing it, this is not for me. I tried this relationship, I try to be a good friend, a good partner, whatever it is, and it just didn't work out even though I put my best foot forward and I put so much effort in. Maybe it's just not meant to be. So your spirit animals are trying to tell you that if something is not meant to be, just surrender and don't try and force it. Because if you try and force, you create a lot of sort of restriction in your life. You create a lot of blocks for abundance, because you know the universe can see that you're still holding on to old things, so you're not going to really get a lot of new blessings. So the only way you can really reach those new blessings and those new steps and heights in your life is to surrender old stuff that you don't need. So declutter your life, surrender now, and make sure that you leave things in the past that you know belong in the past. Then we have lizard spirit. So dream the world into being. So one thing that your animal spirits are trying to tell you is that, you know, you're never going to dream too big. It's important for you to know that anything that you dream, you can achieve, but you need to put the work in, okay? So that is something really important here. You need to know your worth and let it shine, but at the same time, dreaming on its own is not going to get you what it is that you want. Dreaming on its own is not going to get you an amazing house. It's not going to get you designer shoes or the love of your life or that amazing job. It's not going to do that. You know, manifesting on its own won't do that. But the first step to those things is to dream that world into being. The first step to those things, to really visualize the life that you want, feel like you can already taste it on the tip of your tongue, and then put in the work and make sure that you move forward without old baggage. I see that there's still baggage in your life that you need to let go. And in order to create your dream world and to have that energy to put in the work and effort, you need to let go. You need to surrender that old baggage and make sure that you let yourself shine under every and any circumstance. So surrendering may be a bit difficult right now. It may feel weird and you may feel very vulnerable, but through it all, just shine, you know, fake it till you make it. And as long as you put out this energy and this facade of you shining and winning, it's going to fabricate into you shining and winning. So make sure that even if you don't 100% believe it, or you don't 100% feel like you know your worth, as long as you keep putting that energy out there, as long as you're persistently letting yourself shine, you're going to start believing it and your world is going to start changing. Okay, group number 4. Let's see what your animal spirits have to say to you. So we have Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. So Badger Spirit is trying to tell you that now for the rest of the year, you need to be fearless and bold. You need to make those money moves. You need to make those moves in love, in your relationships. You know, you need to be yourself and be bold. There's no reason to hide and there's no reason for fear. So I feel like you may have been keeping yourself a little bit on the down low. You may have not been wanting to flaunt as much as you could. And I see that it's important now for you to just be bold. And even if that means, you know, flaunting an achievement, flaunting you as a person, just do it. Be fearless. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is for people who don't know you to, you know, have a certain image of you. But that doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Because at the end of the day, if you're authentically being yourself, people will feel that. People feel authentic energy, and people can feel when you're comfortable in your own skin and you're comfortable being you. And yeah, you know, some people may hate on that, but most people are going to respect you for it, and they're going to find you very intriguing and interesting. The fact that, you know, you're not afraid to speak up, you're not afraid to be yourself, most people find that extremely interesting, and they will be envious of you for that. They will be envious because most people are not able to do that. So your animal spirits are trying to tell you, be fearless, be bold, because at the end of the day, you're going to be a ray of light for other people. You're going to be an inspiration to other people. So that is what I see your animal spirits trying to tell you right now. Then we have Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. So right now you're in a weird place. Okay, there's a lot going on. The new year is coming up, and it's sort of like you're not at the end, you're not at the beginning of the journey, and it feels weird. It feels not very, how should I say, you don't feel very safe. And I see that maybe that could be in a relationship as well. So if you're already in an established relationship, you could be in a weird in-between spot where you're like, okay, is he or she, you know, gonna want to get married? Are we gonna stay together? Are we gonna move in together? Are we gonna buy this house together? And you're in a weird sort of in-between. If you are single, then, you know, maybe you're talking to multiple people, or you're not really sure where you stand. And I don't want you to lose too much sleep over this. I just want you to keep living life and embrace the in-between. I see that your animal spirits are here, have chosen this card for you, have picked this card for you to tell you that, yeah, you're in a weird spot, but don't let that ruin, you know, your mood. Don't let that ruin your vibration. There's no reason for that. You have one life. The day that you're living today, you don't know if there's another day tomorrow. Like, I know this sounds so horrible, so please, you guys, don't take this the wrong way. I'm just trying to explain that it's important to embrace every second, every minute, every day that you have. Be thankful and embrace it. Whether you're in the spot that you want to be in, whether you have clarity with another person or you don't, it doesn't matter. It's just important that you enjoy the ride and you embrace every little facet of life, knowing that just because you don't know where you stand financially or in a relationship or just generally as a person, it's not a death sentence. It doesn't mean anything really horrible to your life. As long as you're fearless and bold and know who you are, embrace the in-between. What's the worst thing that could happen? Really, what's the worst thing? It's not that bad. Then we have Parrot Spirit. So I see that Parrot Spirit is here to guide you to be very careful of your words, okay? So I feel that maybe recently you have been engaging in a bit more gossip than usual, or, you know, you have had a little bit of a sharp tongue with the people around you, meaning, you know, you have a little bit of a, how should I say, intellectually, you're on a high level, and, you know, your words can cut deep. So Parrot Spirit is here to tell you to watch your words, because words can really hurt another person. You know, words can really have a lasting effect, and your spirit animals are here to tell you that it's important for you to remember that, and it's important for you to make sure, they're here to make sure that you use your words and choose your words very wisely, and that you don't have any sort of negative impact on another person's life with your words. Make sure that you listen to Parrot Spirit and be a bit more conscious of your words right now than you usually are, because there is a reason why Parrot Spirit picked you, or why you picked Parrot Spirit, so you need to be conscious of your words. Then we have Bee Spirit. So I see a lot of like air in your reading, a lot of air signs maybe. So you may be in Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra, because there's a lot of powerful, sort of fun, adventurous energy in this reading. So that may be you, doesn't need to be you. However, Bee Spirit is telling you to keep working, okay? So I know this may not be what you want to hear, because you may be kind of like tired, or you may feel a little bit stressed out because there's just so much going on in your work life and your personal life. But your Bee Spirit is here to tell you that you have like sweet results awaiting for you. And I see that it's really important for you to, you know, keep working and keep nurturing all of the ventures that you've created, and, you know, just all of the work that you've put out there. Keep nurturing it, really perfecting the work that you're doing, because I see that it will carry amazing fruits. There will be amazing results from all of your hard work, and I see that it only takes, you know, a little bit of your bee animal spirit to get ahead of the game and to get ahead of, you know, the competition. So it's important for you to stay motivated and stay hardworking, just like a little bee. And yeah, sweet results are awaiting you.